does know how to bat.
Absolutely, 100% agree with you there, Shoaib. The only problem is he plays for IGM, hardly gets to bat in a 20-over game, let alone a 10-over match.
Yeah, and also he's been in and out of the side. More often than not, you would see him warming the bench. Hasn't been a regular feature in the playing 11, but here he gets a chance tonight. Let's see what he can do. First ball, swing in the air, juicy full toss. There is protection in the deep, will only be a single.
Well, that's the challenge right there. Saklan Heather got a full toss, first ball. And on any other day, you'd back yourself to get a boundary. But that scoreboard pressure is so high that you're trying to hit the ball so hard, you don't get any timing on it. Wide down the leg side. And some good keeping by Yasir Kaleem. Such improvement in his overall cricket, Yasir Kaleem. Batting and wicket keeping as well. Sandeep Singh Sandhi right next to him. A keeper as well. And Yasir has taken the gloves and the pads away from him.
Play straight down the ground. The fielder inside the circle. And 4 important runs. You said it right at the top. Mazhar Hussain, he knows how to hit those quick runs. And he started off with a 4.
Well, intent. That's what we'd like to see. The VTAC Wolves already have a victory to their name. But that net run rate in this group will play a key role. Try to get as close to that target as possible. Nothing is impossible in the T10 game.
You know what is different about a shorter format like this? I feel personally that it takes away that team effort in a shortest format. One man with a one good innings can change the result of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% there, Shoaib Ahmed. We saw that in the game yesterday where Ali Anwar stepped in, scored 40 of 15 deliveries and completely changed the game. Somebody has to step here for the VTAC Wolves, get a quick fire 30 and 40. Oh, that's poor cricket though from Mazhar Hussain. We saw Hamid Khan play that same ball over point and through cover. There's no reason to lose your shape if you want to get a boundary.
Just trying to overhit on that occasion. He can time the ball, caress the ball. It's power play overs. Just needs to middle the ball and the ball will race away towards the boundary. Easier said than done. Especially when you've got 2 bowlers in the com box talking about how to bat.
Well, don't sell yourself too short, Shoaib Ahmed. You've been opening the batting in your club side as well. I run a club, but they don't let me open the batting. That's how bad I am with the bat. Again, outside off stump and trying to drag it. This is a very, very good batting wicket. You have to say the bounce is true. The ball is coming onto the bat very nicely. It's a lightning quick outfield. As a batsman, have fun. Play in the gap. Get those boundaries. Get a nice Instagram reel for yourself with some boundaries.
And don't edit the audio, please.
Well, there's no reason to edit the audio.
Thank you so much, Abdul Rahman.
Especially with your silky voice, Shoaib Ahmed.
This time he connects it well, not trying to overhit. And look at that result. He's got 6 runs.
Well, 11 of the over with those 3-dot balls. And the first proper cricketing shot he's played, he's gotten a maximum. That's how good this wicket is. Well, end of over number 1. VTAC Wolves 12 on the board.
Right arm over. Pulling right arm over to you.
12 for no loss as in comes Hazrat Luqman.
Such a good pace battery the IGM has. Toki Riyasat, Hazrat Luqman, Taimur Bhatti, Danish Qureshi.
Nicely played. That's in the gap again. Value for shots. That's what we are talking about. Just timing it, playing it in the gap, and 4 runs.
A proper cricketing shot. You love to see it. Outside off stump, cuts in hard, beats the fielder. No way that is going to stop inside the ropes. VTAC Volts, solid start. 16 on the board already. They need to get that every over and some.
Well, the score on the board is a big total, 166. They need to score 16 every over. Another short ball, cut nicely. This time there's protection, but he's just going to get the ball once it crosses the ropes. That pace on that delivery from Luqman has been taken for 4 runs. Saqlain Haider gets a 4. Beautiful shot.
And again, very beautiful. Cut hard. There was a third man fielder, but he had no chance. This oval too is special, I tell you, Shoaib Ahmed. I've played a lot of cricket here at the 7. Some very exciting games, and all of them have been high scoring. You can easily get about 190, 200 in a 20 over game here.
Back-to-back boundaries for Saqlain Haider. Another short ball, short and wide. This time, Toki Riyasat gets one hand to it, but it's not enough. A hat-trick of boundaries for Saqlain Haider.
Oh, this is good to see. VTAC Volts are in this. They're going for the runs. They're not holding back. Saqlain Haider. A little bit of Sehwag in that attempt, that uppercut. And Toki Riyasat got a hand to it. But just to parry it over the fence. Saqlain moves on to 13 off 4, 12 of the first 3 deliveries. We've seen 5 boundaries in an over. Shoaib Ahmed, can we see 6 on 6 here?
Well, they'll definitely need 6 on 6. VTAC Volts, they've started off well in this over of Hazrat Luqman. That's good bowling. That's much better from Hazrat Luqman. Closer to the stumps. Good length. Some movement in the air. And beaten all ends up was Saqlain Haider.
Again, trying to hit too hard. I would have loved to see Yasir Kaleem play that ball. He would have gone inside out over cover. A rare dot ball. Good comeback from Luqman. Can he keep it up for the next 2 deliveries?
Another good delivery. The first few deliveries were a little shorter, a little wider. But this time he's peppering that good length area, and that is why Saqlain Haider hasn't been able to connect bat to ball.
Yeah, too close to cut. Just going over that off stump. So after 3 boundaries, 2 dot balls.
Targeting the stumps this time. Played towards the long on. Danish will cut that off. 2 runs on offer, 2 runs they'll get. And that'll be the end of the over as well. 2 overs, VTAC Volts, 26 for no loss.
Well, Saqlain Haider and Mazhar Hussain making their intentions very clear, going for that floating power play, trying to set that base for the VTAC Volts batsmen. Any other day, this is a very good start, going at 13 and over, but they're way behind the required rate already. 166 the target, and this is a 10 over game. If you're just tuning in, not a 20 over match. Required run rate 17 and a half.
Toki Riyasat will continue. He'll bowl his second over. And the last of his spell. First ball, some movement over the deep third. That ball will race away for 4. Doesn't matter if it's not come from the middle of the bat. Edges, but still 4 runs.
Yeah, they won't mind it one bit. Although this is definitely not going to be part of Mazhar's highlight reel.
They shouldn't have to say that the batsman took the time. So that's why I'm saying get ready as soon as possible. That's it.
30 on the board already. Wide outside off stump and called. So that is the shot you need to play on the delivery outside off stump. But he'll still drag the next one to mid-wicket, Shoaib Ahmed, that's for sure.
Well, you are the best version of yourself when you are shadow practicing. But once that ball is bowled, that's when you need to be backing your instincts.
No!
Again, just a wild swing. You can see that his front foot is nowhere close to the ball. And I think that's why he's not been able to connect those deliveries outside off. Should try and get closer and in the line and then try to play his shots.
And we see with somebody like Hamid Khan, when he clears his left leg, the difference is he stays absolutely still. See, there's too much movement when he's trying to go hard after clearing that left leg, the head falling over. And when you don't have the balance, you're not going to get the connection. If you look at Hamid Khan's innings, almost similar delivery outside off stump. He was so still that he guided it through point and then slightly closer to him, pulled him over square leg or mid-wicket.
Yes, you're absolutely spot on with that observation, Abdur Rahman. This time he gets it towards point, a throw at the stumps. Will only be a single. As of now, it's all that technique and all that skill and all that head movement and core balance is all secondary for Mazhar Hussain. He's just trying to smack the ball out of the park, which I feel is needed, but is not the only way to score runs.
Yeah, absolutely. You can get a boundary with a good-looking cricketing shot. This time, he's taken that ball from leg stump and goes to square leg. That's his connection speed as well. Good bat speed. Good hands through the ball.
Yes, you're right. And there's no word describing this shot. It was a back foot drive. Is that what you call it? But like I said, Mazhar Hussain, he's not very orthodox in his approach. But he's a very effective player when it comes to getting boundaries.
Well, we've been introduced to a new shot called the swoop. Kes Farooq called it. Oh, again, outside off stump misses. A very eventful over. And Toki Riyasat giving away 23 in his spell. VTAC walls at 37 for no loss at the end of 3 overs.
Danish. You ball now. Bowling right arm over.
Danish Qureshi coming to the attack. Outside off stump, edged. Hazrat Rahman does the clean-up job. Danish Qureshi, one of the top fast bowlers in the UAE. I'm certainly a big fan of his because he's one of those rare breeds that can swing the ball away and bring it in at pace against the right-handers.
You're right. Danish, he's got that ability to move the ball both ways. Nicely played towards extra cover. Protection in the deep will only be a single. The only reason why I feel that he's not performing at his 100% is because of his fitness.
Yeah, you're right there, Shoaib. Doesn't look as lean and mean as he used to before. He's had a bit of a problem with his knee. And as you can see, he's got a very heavy strapping on his elbow as well. Don't think he's been able to go into the gym. But he's a natural talent. There, look at that in-swinger. The first ball was an out-swinger going away. And if you're at the non-striker end, you're thinking, all right, the second one's going to be an out-swinger as well. And then the hooping in-swing delivery.
Yes, I think he surprised Mazhar Hussain. In fact, Saklen Haider was the one who played that shot. He's got the ability, and that is such a great skill to have. I think one of the rare bowlers in the UAE who can move the ball both ways. Swing and a miss. This time he was looking for that in-swinger, Mazhar Hussain, because he was at the non-striker's end when he saw that ball coming in. Beaten all ends up.
Well, I don't think there's any point standing at the non-striker's end and wondering what Danish Qureshi is going to do. If you want to learn how to play against him, watch some replays. All these games coming live at the fan code app, and the hand and the wrist position as well. Take a guess. What's it going to be? In-swinger?
It was an in-swinger. Well done, Abdur Rahman. Reading his mind. Professor Charles in the comm box.
And Mazhar was ready for that as well. Walked across his stumps, tried to go over short fine leg. Just couldn't get any connection there.
What an exceptional over this has been. This time it's the outswinger.
Right. Let's see. Shoaib Ahmed has a 100% record usually. And he's done it. Yes, he is. Shoaib Ahmed. Very well done, and very well done, Danish Qureshi. Brilliant over. Just the 2 runs off it. VTAC vaults 40 for no loss at the end of 4 overs.
Tawqir Riyasat, 2 overs 23 was expensive in the context of the game. Mind you, he was bowling the power play overs. But Hazrat Luqman, well, came back strongly in the second half of the over. He was hit for 3 boundaries back-to-back. Danish Qureshi getting that exceptional over in, just 2 runs in that over. And now, the new bowler, Taimur Bhatti.
Well, there was swing on one end and now raw pace coming in. Outside, off stump, swinging away at pace. Saklen Haider nowhere near that. Very lucky to get an outside half of the bat. And he gets a boundary.
This game is about margins, Abdur Rahman. And on that occasion, the third fielder was way too wide. You need to have your fielders in place depending on where you plan to bowl. If you're bowling way outside off, the third has to be wider. But if you're trying to target the stumps, the third will have to be a lot finer. But he's got 4 runs nevertheless.
Absolutely. Shoaib Ahmed, well done. Again, a swinging delivery at pace. And that third man fielder has made an adjustment now, coming a bit finer, as Shoaib Ahmed had requested. Especially against a bowler that's as quick as Taimur. That edge is going to fly off the bat. If he times it, he's getting a boundary through point anyways.
And that is exactly what has just transpired here, Abdur Rahman. Well, you are getting better at this. I've got stiff competition in the comm box.
Learning from the best. That's why I wanted to sit next to you.
Well done, well done. I think this is a great reading of the game, and it's always good to bring out those insights as much as we can. And I hope that all the viewers who are watching us enjoy this as much as we enjoy bringing this to you.
Oh, what a connection in the air, and it races to point for a boundary. Slightly short from Taimur Bhatti, but at pace. And again, all you have to do is get a connection. This is a different challenge for the VTAC Vaults batsmen. I'm not sure if they've ever faced fast bowling of this quality. But they're doing well so far. Good opening partnership, 49 on the board. But they still need 117 runs to win. Well, if I'm batting for VTAC Wolves, I'm not going to look at the scorecard anymore. Just enjoy myself in the middle.
Yes, it's also about putting out a statement that yes, they were taken for runs in the first innings, but they've got the batting. Look at that quick delivery. Good bouncer. Not very short, but he's used his shoulder and he's got extra bounce of the wicket. And as you mentioned, I think this is the best pitch that we've come across in the tournament.
Absolutely. For batting at least. If you ask the bowlers, they'll want to take the oval 2 wicket. Ball high up in the air. It's a steep chance. Asif Khan. Well, he is one of the safest catchers in the UAE. He'll be very disappointed. Sets very high standards, Asif Khan. In the meantime, at the halfway stage, 50 comes up for the VTAC Wolves. It'll take you to the end of the innings. It'll be Mudassir Ali and Qais Farooq.